AI and ML is really a cream career.
Having knowledge of both business as well as I think technology is what companies look for in a candidate.
So, hello everyone. Today I feel very blessed and lucky to get an opportunity to visit Amazon's AWS office in Atlanta. One of the best place to work if you want to be a cloud engineer because cloud is the future. For example, if you just search right now top technologies tech companies are looking the most for in 2021. According to Coursera, cloud computing is in the top 6 and AWS is the most popular. Also on Indeed, it's probably one of the best career you can choose for because cloud engineers also get paid pretty well. And if you want to look at an example, when I went to Hack GT Hackathon, so one of the Hack GT's hackathon was hosted. Their website was hosted on AWS because benefits of AWS cloud computing are numerous. For example, it's very scalable. You don't have to worry about storage problems. You don't have to worry about flexibility. You can change it as you go. You can pay as you go. And for example, in hackathon, you don't know how many users can come. Sometimes 2,000, 3,000. But thanks to AWS, this is all possible. So please try to listen to the conversation that I had with the AWS specialist, how they went above and beyond in their journey to write this book that I have been going through, natural language processing with AWS AI services, and try to learn as much you can for your placement projects. तो दिस इज बकहेड दोस्तों, अटलांटा का मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव एरिया नियर लेनेक्स मॉल, जहाँ पे मैं एप्पल स्टोर जाता हूँ, एंड यहीं पे आसपास है अमेजोन का ऑफिस. And currently thousands of companies or hundreds of companies are moving to cloud. Around 85% of the enterprises will have a cloud first principle by 2025. And in this process, in your team as a software engineer, if you know about cloud, your promotion raises chances will be maximum. So we are entering a conference room in AWS building. Yeah, the view is amazing here.
Yeah. Ever so often.
So hello everyone, today it's an honor and a pleasure to be in Amazon office, AWS office in Atlanta, and with the author, one of the author of the book. So hi Prem, can you
Hi.
please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Prem Kumar Rangarajan.
Now, a lot of students, try to get a degree in AI, try to get a degree in data science, AI, ML. Can you please share about your journey? Did you also get a degree? How you started from India and got into artificial intelligence?
I started my career in 1996 and I've been working in multiple Fortune 500, Fortune 100 organizations in a variety of roles, including as a programmer, as an architect, as an integration architect, service-oriented architecture, and so on. So I came to the US in 2013 and I've been here for about 8 years now. If you look at my education, so I have a bachelor's in engineering, and my wife is telling me that I need to get my master's and my PhD. My wife is behind me on that, but so far I haven't had the time to, let's say, take the time away from my career, and do my master's or PhD, even though that's something that I'm still thinking about. However, that hasn't put a hold or put a stop on me pursuing an AI and ML career. So today, right now, I'm a AML specialist solutions architect in AWS. And so I help a lot of our customers and enterprises and organizations adopt AWS's AML services. And so the way things work is if you want to be a scientist or a researcher, yes, you definitely should get your master's and PhD. But to help to be a architect or to be, let's say, a consultant or to be somebody who can help enterprises and organizations adopt AI services, if you have it, it's great. But if you don't have it, it's not a showstopper. Meaning you can still learn what you need to learn by, let's say, for example, you can try the AWS Machine Learning Specialty Certification. You can take that exam, get the certification. You can also, let's say, follow resources like this book, read the book. Also get yourself trained from AWS training and certification. There are so many programs out there. And all of that will prepare you for being very successful as an AML specialist.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to share.
Overdose, slow, dope, don't choke. This lucid psychosis, kitty cat broke, the leaking
Meet the
house.
second author of this amazing book related to natural language processing with AWS. So, hi Mona, can you please introduce yourself?
Hey Harnoor, hi everyone. This is Mona, and this is the book.
Yep. So, can you please give your background from India? So, how did your journey to US started, and how you landed in Amazon, and then journey to AWS?
Yeah, all great and exciting. I was in India and I did my bachelor's in computer science engineering. Graduated from IP University, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, New Delhi. And after that, I got a job. I was an IT consultant, basically Java developer, and I worked there for 4 years. And then I decided that I really need to, broaden my skill set, and I have to pursue my master's. And I came to where you live, Georgia State University. I did my master's in computer information systems from Georgia State University, and my concentration was big data analytics and machine learning was my area of interest, my personal area of interest, and I really wanted to become a data scientist back then. And the challenge was finding a job in that domain because I don't have 10 years of experience, in machine learning. So I couldn't get a job, but I landed up at AWS as a solution architect. And AWS gave me opportunity to deep dive into machine learning, and that is where the journey started. And I met very amazing people, all smart people to work with, and this is where I met Prem, and we did so many AIML blogs together. I think 18 blogs we wrote, like 12 blogs we co-authored together in 1.5 year of time, which is remarkable. And then we realized that let's write a book, like that. It just happened, that after writing so much and working so much on machine learning, it just happened that we were able to write this book. And the idea is to empower everyone like me, who want to make a career in machine learning, and who's really passionate and who doesn't have a PhD level experience, and they still want to make a difference. So this book is that it is going to empower each and everyone out there who wants to make a career in ML and cloud.
Now, can you please share a lot of the students who are, trying to make unique projects for placements or just for fun, how they can make the best use of NLP on AWS to make some creative projects? Any few examples?
Yeah. So as part of your educational curriculum, I think one of the biggest questions that all students have is, so I'm learning all this, so I'm spending a lot of money for my college, right? And I'm getting my college degree. I need to get a job right after my college degree. And the job that I get needs to justify the amount of money that I've spent for college. And one of the hottest jobs out in the market today is AI and ML. So artificial intelligence and machine learning on an average pays, jobs for AI and ML, on an average, they pay more than other regular jobs that you have in terms of, let's say, as a software engineer or as a management information systems or any of those other jobs that typically students take. So that is definitely that advantage. And also, there is also notion today that in order to, let's say, build AI-based applications, you need to have a PhD. Meaning you have to understand the mathematics and the science behind how machine learning works for you to, let's say, leverage artificial intelligence and be able to have that as a skill and to, let's say, get into jobs where AI is required. So we kind of want to break that notion or that myth, because in AWS we have this AI services layer, which is the top layer of our machine learning stack. And there you have these services that are pre-trained, ready-made machine learning models, which are available behind an API. So all you have to do is, if you understand how to use those APIs, if you understand what those APIs do, you can integrate that API into your applications and make your applications AI ready. And with this book, we show you how easy it is to understand how AI works and how easy it is for you to build applications that use AI at their core. And with the knowledge that you gain from reading this book, you will have the expertise to go onto a job where you can be an AI specialist for enterprises and be able to solve many of the challenges using AI. So I think of it in a way that AI and ML is really a cream career for many students who are kind of in colleges right now. and you don't have to struggle to be an AI and ML specialist because of the way the AI services work, and that's what we show in this book.
Awesome. Now, can you share a quick journey of you becoming a data scientist at Amazon? So, everyone has pretty much same education. So pretty much students come from India to have a degree in machine learning, data science. What edge they can have to land a job at Amazon, especially as machine learning engineer or data scientist? So how was your journey?
Yeah, it is a good question. So I would say it was not an easy journey for me, and I'm sure for people and my friends and colleagues and my schoolmates, for them too. Because when you look at data science and machine learning jobs, again, like they look for 10 years of experience. You are competing, when you apply to those positions, you're competing with 10 PhD students who are given preference, right? So in order to, separate yourself, what you need is different skills like cloud skills, which this book covers perfectly. And you also need some industry based examples, right? Like if you have not seen industry based examples and you don't know how to apply those skills, it is not going to help you, right? So you should know what are the challenges or what are industry facing. Like document processing is a challenge, right? There's so many PDFs and OCR technology is expensive. How will you do that? How will you solve a problem like that? And having knowledge of both business as well as, I think, technology is what companies look for in a candidate.
So can you share an example of a real world AI problem that you have solved and basically that gave you the idea of writing this book too?
Yeah. So companies receives enterprises. So most of the world is trying to move away from paper-based processing, meaning for example, if you are an enterprise, you typically have suppliers, and you also supply to other companies. So you receive receipts from your suppliers, paper receipts, and you also send receipts. Even though we like to think that we are moving away from paper-based processing, lots of companies still rely on paper-based receipts and invoices and forms and application forms today. So in this book, we have shown an example of how to automate a document processing workflow using artificial intelligence and natural language processing. So, for example, assume that you receive millions of documents a month, or maybe hundreds of thousands of documents every day. Thinking about having to, let's say, scanning all those documents, putting it in your document processing system, and having somebody going through it, understanding what is in those documents, and creating a database of it, indexing it, storing it, and then trying to extract information from it and storing it in your database and sending it for downstream. It's a lengthy process, and it's also time consuming and cost prohibitive. So in this book, we have taken that exact example, and we have shown you how you can set the whole thing up in as little as maybe a couple of hours, the entire end-to-end document processing workflow, where you can scale up, because since we leverage the power of the AWS cloud, we are able to set up the solution in such a way that it will automatically scale up resources when more documents come in. So as for example, if you have 100 documents today, it will be able to take care of that for you. But tomorrow suddenly you receive 1,000 documents. You don't have to worry about increasing the capacity of infrastructure or anything like that. All you have to do is just watch the solution as it literally grows in front of you, and it's able to scale up, handle that 1,000 documents, process the documents, extract the content, set up, let's say, your own indexing mechanism, and then being able to retrieve the important information from the text, from the documents, and then being able to, let's say, store it in a database that you need, or send it to other systems, or notify it, or whatever it is that you need to do with the content of the document. You can do the whole thing in a completely automated fashion without any human intervention. That's one example.
Yeah, I can give another examples. I have been to so many hackathons. The way AWS solves the problem of scalability is just mind-blowing. So if you look at any hackathon's website, any website which has a risk of crashing and it doesn't know how many users it can attract, you just put it on AWS, and no matter how many users come up in hackathon, in events, no matter what it is, AWS has the ability to scale up.
Right.
So can you give some of the few use cases for students who can make the best use out of AI ML, especially related to natural language processing with this book? Few examples.
Right. So I know natural language processing is a wide area. And when I talk to students before writing the book, I reached out to a few of my friends who work in this area, who are data scientists, and I asked them what you would want in this book, right? And some of my friends are researchers. And some of the things we all know is sentiment analysis, like it comes to you. Like, yeah, it is everyone wants to do that. And the second use case is chatbots. Every company, if you go to any page, any website, there is a chatbot, right? And it is all powered by AI/ML, machine learning. And the third thing is classification, right? Naive Bayes algorithm we all have learned and used if you have done a computer science AI/ML course, right? So advanced application of that, right? And then topic modeling. So there can be n number of use cases, and this book covers all. This book covers all. So I mean, and we have what we have done that we have used AWS technologies like AWS pre-trained models to get you started. Like even if you don't know any algorithm, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about, oh, transformers blow my mind, right? I mean, I don't know. Like trans people get really, really anxious when they think about transformers, right? Oh my God, it's so complicated. It's so tough. So this book has made it simple. You don't have to worry about transformers. You don't want to have to worry about anything else. Just if you know Python, like even my brother knows Python, and I think since 18 years he has been learning Python. So if you just know basic Python, Harnoor, you can easily incorporate machine learning using AWS pre-trained models. So that is the whole book about, making a machine learning accessible to any developer or any person in this world.
Yeah, and how did you learn AI ML?
So great mentor, lot of opportunities to learn, lot of encouragement to try new things, and and the fact that I always wanted to innovate, they all came together, and that's how I kind of got into AML.
And I've also heard about Amazon's leadership principle, go always above and beyond. And you did that too, and that helped you in learning faster.
Yeah, so we have 14 leadership principles. I would encourage all students to read about Amazon's leadership principles, because in my case, it's not only the leadership principles not only apply to my work at Amazon. It is several of those principles I've applied them in my personal life, and they have helped as well, because they kind of inspire you to always take the high road and bring about the best in terms of your character and your behavior.
Yes.
So I really encourage you students to have a look at that as well.
Mona, I was reading one of the chapter in which I got insights about handwritten text. So how I can use AWS to convert my handwritten text and digitalize it and automate the process of searching through it and also sharing with my friends. So what would be the best way?
Yeah, that's a cool question. And it's like everyday scenario, right?
Yeah.
We all make notes, and especially during the exams, right? We all want somebody's notes who has actually been consistent in the class. I'm sure it must have been you in the class, right, Harnoor?
Yes.
Intelligent one. Everyone wants your notes.
Yes.
So what you can do is that you can use in this book we have covered AWS Amazon Text Track service, which directly takes, like, you can create an application using that. Like you can take a picture and you can call one API, and that API will convert all these notes into digital format. It will be all digitized. You will extract all the text and you can store it somewhere. Maybe it can be S3 in terms of AWS, but you can store it anywhere. And once you have all the text, you can do a lot on it, right? You can share it with friends. You can search, like, don't cheat during your exam. Yeah, but you can search for things which you really want to look like. Suppose you have 100 pages of notes and you're looking for something specific, right? It becomes very, very difficult. So once you have everything digitized, like you have converted everything into digital format, you can easily create search, which is what chapter 5 covers, how you can build intelligent search. And you can ask natural language questions on it, like, hey, where is this data like, when was this happened? Like if it is a history class, you can ask when, what, how, why question using another AWS service which is covered. So it is pretty cool. You see, like, you have the data converted into text. Like once you convert all of this into digital format, and from unstructured to structured format, it becomes super simple. But if you try to do it in a natural, not using these AWS AI services, it's pretty painful. And why it's painful, I'll tell you. Because you have to create a model, you need infrastructure, and then handwriting detection is a tough problem. Only 0 to 9 detection, everyone has done that using MNIST. every student has done that. But actually seeing your handwriting, my handwriting, which is very pathetic, and detecting it is the real art. That's what the book is about, making life in machine learning simpler and applicable in every use case.
Now I would like to introduce you to one of the reviewer of this book. Hi, can you please introduce yourself? So hi, can you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is David Bounds. I'm a solutions architect with Amazon Web Services. I've been with Amazon about 2 years now, but I got my start in the United States Air Force as a computer programmer. They taught us useful skills like COBOL, assembly, and ADA. So one of the other things that they taught us was SCO Linux. So I got involved with system administration, systems operations, and things like that, and just grew from there. Started off into support, moved on to operations, productionalization, and DevOps, and kind of site reliability engineering before it was a thing. So what that taught me was a lot of the challenges that enterprises have with making their applications and the things that they build, bringing them to fruition, making them useful, exposing them, the security controls, the challenges of supporting those things in real-time environments. And that really led to Amazon Web Services. So as a solutions architect, I help my customers with those same problems, bringing the things that they want to do, their business outcomes, their challenges, their ideas, bringing them to light and making them real. And that really just lent itself to machine learning. So every industry, every enterprise, every group out there is starting to see that the power that machine learning, artificial intelligence, and the tools like natural language processing are bringing to their business outcomes. 4 or 5 years ago, we saw a convergence where previously there were roles that didn't require programming. You could be a QA that didn't program. You could be a tester or a load tester. You could be an operations person. I don't touch code. 4 or 5 years ago, that just stopped being true. Everybody needed to code. You got testing as code, you got infrastructure as code, you got engineering as code, everything. That's becoming true with natural language processing, machine learning. Everything's being represented in that idea. Now we test with machine learning. Now we deploy with machine learning. Now we look at our code, and machine learning is part of that process from end to end. So it's a natural outcome that those skills will be taught at Amazon Web Services as well.
Yep, and it's also like you don't have to learn the statistical knowledge of
That's
AI.
right.
It's so complicated. I have taken those classes. Sometimes, you struggle with statistical knowledge, but you don't have to worry about it. You just need to think about problem and you'll get the solution out of it.
You're exactly right. The
Yes.
first step is identifying the problem. And I love that you brought up one of those big fallacies. I need years and years and years of math. Wrong. I need gigabytes, scads and scads of data. Wrong. I need to be a 10-year expert. I need to be top of the field. Wrong. And it's perfect with this book. It's applicable, it's knowledgeable, and like the advent of machine learning and artificial intelligence, natural language processing is just hitting the renaissance. I mean, think about it this way. Graphing a series of numbers. Computers, great for that. Better than humans. Understanding speech, that's a different scale. Easy for humans, hard for computers, and the tools that are in this book help you do that approachably. Pulling out those insights. Think about the treasure trove of information from every walk of life that's in the language that we use every day.
And for all the students, this is not just a book. It has video explanation for every code running in action. It has GitHub repo or the project for every chapter. And also it has the data sets you need to get started with the project as well. And you can find it on Amazon, India, US, the ebook. But if you want a physical copy, you can find on Amazon.com for US viewers and on Pact for India. Perfect. Very smoother. Okay, all set.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Mona. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I hope this book reaches out to as many students as possible.
Yep, I hope to empower each and everyone and anyone who's starting on cloud journey or machine learning journey. And I'm looking for reviews. If anyone is interested, please provide review, please provide feedback, how we can make second edition better or upcoming books better. So it's for you. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Surely. Thank you so much.